Improv Science Theater 4000. This is the show that puts science alongside improv comedy.
Now you might be asking, how do we do that?
Well, we'll have two scientists come up and talk about all their topics, and don't worry, Tom won't be one of them.
And after we hear from them, we will use their information as inspiration for our improv scenes, both short, like me, and long, like some of my performers.
Just like you, we have never heard these talks before, so everything will be made up right on the spot.
Yeah. So who's ready to hear some science?
I
don't think we're ready.
Ready for science, but I want to get us ready for improv. So to do that, we're going to start off with a game called Categories. We're going to figure out who's the smartest person on our team.
Let's do it.
Hey, buddy. Chill. The way that this game works is I'm going to come to you for a category. It could be things like colors, fruits, anything like that. I will point to one of my performers. They will say something in that category. But if they repeat, if they say something wrong, if they say something I just frankly don't like, they're going to get one strike. They do it twice, they'll get a second strike, and they are clap, out of here. We don't have to feel bad, so let's do that together. They get one strike, two strikes, they are out of here. How do we do this? All right. Who's got my first category? Yes.
Programming languages.
Programming languages. Computer sciences.
C.
C2.
Java.
R.
Yeah.
J.
Yes.
Yeah.
Python.
Another category. Throw them out at me.
Woods.
Woods? Woods. However, let's see what woods gives us. Let's go with types of wood.
Fire.
Petrified.
Mahogany?
Thank you.
Aaron Wood and the Chicago Cubs.
That's not a type of wood, that's a person of wood. Strike for Darwin. Another category.
Dog breeds.
Dog breeds.
Corgi.
Chihuahua.
Dalmatian. German Shepherd.
Border Collie.
Lab.
Scotty Dog.
Wiener.
Dash out.
Wait, that's a wiener dog. Strike for Tom, another category.
Comedy movies.
Comedy movies. These better be funny movies.
Caddyshack.
No! I've never seen a movie. Another category.
Sexual position.
9/11.
Turn it up and even got sexual positions. Scientific, baby.
Reverse cowboy.
Regular cowboy.
Ropes.
Only with your wife.
Yeah.
BDSM.
In the shower.
On the bed.
No. All right, that's right for everybody. What do we got? Another category.
Jesus.
Cheeses? What about cheeses?
Type.
One
Cheese. I don't know, I'm trying to go outside of just things that exist. Cheeses.
Gouda. American. Swiss.
Polish.
Polish cheese. Tom is let's try to go out with a little categories like maybe like reasons to go to the store, stuff like more complex things than just types of categories.
Frustrate scientists.
Things that frustrate scientists. Now we're cooking.
Poor hypothesis.
Outliers.
Lack of available data.
Tom showing up in lab.
That was too good.
That's all the things that no scientist. Page is out of here. Another category.
Reasons to get fired.
Reasons to be fired. Reasons to be fired.
Microwaving a fish.
Yeah.
Drunk at work.
Talking about different sexual positions on stage and drugs.
No! No one's gonna fired for that.
sayings.
So,
Greeting card sayings.
greeting card sayings. Things you find on a greeting card.
Sorry, I cheated.
Might be a goodbye card.
Sorry your grandma died.
My mom's coming to the house and staying for a week. That's also coming with her. And my grandma, the whole family's moving in.
Happy birthday! Merry Christmas! Happy Easter!
Kwanzaa?
Sorry your dog died. Sorry your aunt died. Sorry you died.
Where's the card? Hurry on ahead! It's done!
Now it's my pleasure to bring up two very special scientists. The first is a professor in chemistry and has worked at Vanderbilt longer than I have. And he was a former dean in the office and now is the director of CSET, which is the Communication of Science and Technology. Our first speaker is David Wright, but we have a special trick. They're going to be speaking together. So our second speaker is the Director of Undergraduate Studies for the CSET program. She's also very good at giving feedback on technical writing, and she's a writer herself. You can check out on her very fancy pseudonym, S.F. Richards. Let's bring up Shellie Richards.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah!
I want everybody to close your eyes and imagine you're in the hallowed halls of the American Society for Tropical Medicine and Hygiene. This
An exciting place.
This is how a typical scientific talk begins. So I'd like to thank Thomas for the invitation to speak to you and the Third Coast Comedy Club for a venue and everybody for being here today. And if you have any questions, just raise your hand and I'll be happy to answer them. Plasmodium falciparum. Yes.
What is Plasmodium falciparum?
Plasmodium falciparum is a taxonomic designation. Yes.
What is taxonomic?
Taxonomic is like how we organize things. So Plasmodium falciparum downregulates.
Is what?
It's a parasite. It's the parasite that causes malaria. Okay? So Plasmodium falciparum downregulates. Yes.
What is downregulate?
Downregulate.
What is that?
Downregulate is when we take certain things inside ourselves and just turn them down.
Like how do we turn it down?
Like a knob on a radio.
Like
You
there's
just
a knob
turn
on
it
a
to the
radio.
left, right? Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. Right?
I don't get it.
Well, we want to make things so that they're not as active. So we downregulate them. Okay?
I still don't get it.
Well, just keep listening. You get a little more. Okay? Plasmodium falciparum downregulates the host. Yes?
What is the host? What is
You are the host.
I am the host.
Yes, the
Am I always the
parasite.
host?
The parasite needs a place to be.
In me?
It could be.
I'm parasites.
Did you ever have ringworm when you were growing up?
No.
Pinworms?
No.
Round
Never.
worms?
Never. No.
You look like a worm.
No worms. No worms. I've never had worms.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
I know some people who have.
Okay, well they were hosts. Okay? So Plasmodium falciparum downregulates the host immune system.
Okay.
Plasmodium falciparum
I
downregulates the host immune system by producing a crystalline-like substance known as hemazone. Yes?
What is that? Crystallized.
Hemazone is a complex dimer of heme molecules that the parasite crystallizes. Can we try again?
Well, one of us can try it. I'm not trying to do anything but take notes.
Okay.
I'm trying to take notes right now.
So listen to this. The parasite that causes malaria
Yes.
turns down
A worm.
your, well, it's not really a worm, but just try it. The parasite that causes malaria turns down your body's defenses by making a crystal like salt from heme molecules. Heme is what makes the blood red in your body. Is that okay?
I think so.
Can we go on? This is just the first sentence. It's only have 50 minutes.
Okay, well, I'm still stuck on this first sentence.
Wow. Okay. So see,
I'm getting worms, I'm getting crystals, I'm getting like, mystical things. All kinds of things going on.
okay, well, let's
Mystical worms that are like in me with a knob. That's what I'm
turning things down.
Right.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, you got it.
All right.
All right. Okay. So now you see the problem with science communication, right? Most of the time when people try to speak science, they're at meetings, they're talking to other scientists. But the real challenge in communicating science is to be able to talk to anybody about the work we do, right? And so when we think about that, we need to focus on what are some good habits in communicating science. What's one that comes to mind, Shellie?
Well, the first thing is to know your audience. And so that means to consider education, where they are in their education, how much scientific background they might have. So if they're in the 8th grade, if they're a senior in high school, if they have education beyond high school, college education, master's, whatever, that's something important to consider. Another important consideration that a lot of people don't think about is age. If you are north of 70, for example, and a lot of audiences are north of 70, so 72, 73 years old, you probably did not learn about DNA in high school. So they have no idea about chromosomes, they have no idea what 23andMe is. Okay? So that's something to consider is age. And then cultural background. If you're using metaphors and analogies, cultural background is an important thing to consider. So those are just a few things that I have on my list.
What about, what's another one? You have, so we need to know your audience.
Yeah, so the power of narrative. So our brains love to store and retrieve narratives. Stories stick. And if you think about the stories that you have floating around in your head, a lot of them are probably not even useful. They're just entertaining, right? And so stories stick. So when you're talking about science, it's always good to tell a story, to put it in narrative form for the audience.
So another thing that scientists need to do is limit jargon. So plasmodium falciparum downregulates the host immune system by producing a crystal-like substance known as hemozoin, is a prime example of jargon, right? And so we really need to avoid that as scientists communicating to audiences, because if the public doesn't understand what you're saying, how can they possibly believe what you're saying? And so an important part of communicating science to conveying the ideas is to make people understand what you're talking about so that they can believe, so they can evaluate the results and the science that you're trying to talk about, right? The other thing is we need to break science into manageable chunks when you talk to people. So that sentence that we started off with, pack a lot of concepts into a very few number of words. Not very effectively. And so we need to break that into smaller chunks so the audience can understand. And the final thing that is really important is that scientists, if we can communicate science, you need to have empathy for your audience, right? It's one thing, to get so confident, to come, you don't want to come off arrogant, you don't want to come off, trying to show all of your years of education. The point of the message that you're trying to get is understanding. And if you're not empathetic with the audience, there's no way that you're actually closing the door for them to listen to you. And so as we try to find all kinds of new and different ways to communicate science, including improv, it's important that you maintain empathy with your audience. And so right now, we're going to turn it back over to the improv group.
Keep that applause going for our scientists. And let me talk about 4 corners. 4 corners is our first improv piece. Now, we all good? All right, we have here a comedy cube, if you will. You might notice it has 4 sides. I broke it down like a science term. We're going to see 4 different scenes. At any point, though, I can rotate this cube by saying rotate right, and they will shift one position to the right, or rotate left, we'll do one to the left. Great. To inspire these scenes, can we get a suggestion for Ariana and Darwin of a type? We had talked about parasites, so some kind of what's a type of relationship? Maybe not family relationships, but like doctor-patient or student-teacher or
PI-PhD
what's that?
PhD student.
PI
and PhD student.
PI and PhD student. Okay, rotate right. Or Ariana and Tom, can we get a suggestion of a location that would be a weird place for science to happen?
Bathroom.
A bouncy house. Rotate right. Or Paige and Tom, can we get a suggestion of an object you might find in a laboratory? Test tube. Rotate right. And lastly, for Paige and Darwin, can we just get any word at all? Non-sexual.
Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio. Well, let's rotate and recap.
PI and PhD student.
Rotate.
Bouncy house.
Rotate right.
Test tube.
Rotate right.
Akron,
Rotate right. And begin.
Kevin, I'm seeing a discrepancy in your data here. Seems to be an outlier here for participant number 12. Can you explain this to me?
Oh, don't worry about it, Dr. Stein. We'll just change that number.
Kevin, have you done this before?
Yeah, we won the Nobel Prize.
Oh my God! My whole life's work, my Nobel Prize, and it's a fraud!
I've only been with you for like 8 years, and not your whole life.
Hey kids, it's time to learn about clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats.
I have a question.
Yeah,
What was the first word?
it was
Rotate right.
These were shots, right?
Wait, that phrase says biohazard. This phrase says beer hazard.
I don't remember which one I took it out of.
Then we gotta try both.
Okay. Okay, we're doing this together, right? Wait.
I'm the control.
Okay.
You know, Akron's more of a concept than a place.
You know, I feel the same way.
Yeah, I'm so glad we moved here.
Me too. It's better than Nashville, where we came from.
Oh, yeah. I mean, LeBron never came from Nashville.
No. Definitely came from here.
Well, I've slept on it, Kevin, and I'm going to turn this way and hold out the data. And if you happen to have your erasable pen with you, perhaps there might be some changes that could make this also a Nobel Prize winning piece.
Should be all good, Dr. Stein.
Well, oh, very interesting. Look at that.
The first word is fucking clustered.
What's fucking mean?
Okay. Then there's
great.
Okay. So we've been both drinking the same things, right?
Yeah, you've been drinking.
Yeah.
Whenever I pull from the fridge, I've been drinking the Control Minimal Media H2O extract.
You know, Memphis, Tennessee is really more of a concept than a place.
Yeah, this is way better than Ohio, where LeBron James definitely was
Came from, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, other famous people that
From
live in
here
Memphis
are,
It is my distinct honor to accept my second Nobel Prize. And I'd like to thank my wonderful PhD student.
we don't get paid
Kevin.
doing these. I think it starts with E.
I'm kind of starting to get lost on where we go, because everything just feels like a concept. Are we really like
Living.
traveling?
Yeah, are we traveling? Are we living?
Are we breathing? Is
Yeah.
this really where we're
Are
supposed
we
to
even
be?
married? Is that a concept too?
Paramecium hematoma. Just chug it. I don't care anymore. You're the scientist now. Teach me.
Okay, I'm gonna do something and you're gonna guess what it is, okay?
Nerd. Is your mother pregnant?
C! Our next piece is called Panel of Experts. You know, we've got some real experts, but we found some more just lying around out back. And they're actually here just to answer kind of a lot of your questions, but we're going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves first and start here with expert number one.
Hi, yes, I am Mary. I work at the Hallmark place where we do the greeting cards. I don't know if you've heard of that, but we're like pretty big with the greeting card industry, some ornaments. We're kind of like a big deal. So I'm kind of like a big deal.
Excellent, thank you, Mary. Expert number two.
Hey y'all, I'm Connor. I'm a first year student at Vanderbilt. I'm bioengineering pre-med and I'm also a classics major. And I've worked in research labs since I was 8. I already have 4 papers.
Great, Connor sounds like you resonated with the audience. Expert number three.
Hey everybody, my name's Carl. I just like to really like hang out and just like be with people and like not really think about too many other things.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
Great. All right, so we have Mary, Connor, and Carl here, and they're ready to go and answer kind of some of those questions you might be wondering about your day-to-day life. What's a question you've been wondering maybe in this last week?
What is life?
That's a big question.
What do I need to do to get a promotion?
What's your job?
I'm a recruiter.
Recruiter. Great. What does she need to do as a recruiter to get a promotion, Mary?
Well, obviously, the best choice is to get a card. Everybody likes handwritten notes, but why do it yourself? Just go somewhere where they've already got it written and then fill in the name, obviously, because personalization is key. So just make sure to give everybody a card that you interact with, no matter what, by bulk.
Agreed.
Connor?
You said recruiter, right? Recruiter for med school? Okay. Here's my resume. Here's my research papers. I've done all this. Okay, I have 80 hours of shadowing experience. I've worked at all of these different labs. Like, can I get in as a freshman?
You have references?
Yeah, I got references from Dr. Stein. He just won the Nobel Prize. Yes, I'm in. Look at that look. I'm so in.
Thank you, Connor. All right, Carl.
Listen, my dad just sets me up, okay? So like, I'm like 24 and I'm like VP at Bank of America. It's not a big deal. Like, it's fine. So what I suggest is you find a dad, really chill, and just like, yeah.
All right, thank you, Carl. How about another question? Maybe some we hear a lot about learning science. What's maybe a science question we've been wondering about for a while?
How do I make DMT?
How do you make what?
DMT.
How do you make DOT? We all are dying to know.
Yeah.
Especially me, I have no idea. Carl, how do you make DOT?
Well, I think he said DMT.
All right, how do we make that?
Listen, you get with one of your dad's sketchy friends, maybe or maybe not, like involved in like illegal, shady stuff, and you say, hey, like, what's up? Like, and he makes it for you, and then you're like, cool.
Okay. Connor?
So I've been working in a research lab for a long time, and like we make DMT all the time. Like, or as my PI likes to call it, dimethyltyrosine, right? Yeah, everyone knows about this. So I have 3 papers about this. One of them was a review. I know reviews don't count. First one.
Thank you, Connor. Okay. Mary, what's your thoughts on how we make DMT?
Well, I'm not really sure what they're talking about, but in the card industry, DMT means don't miss Thanksgiving. I really think that the most important thing is to just make sure that you have all of the decorations ready and just really just make sure that, you know, whoever your family is there with you. And that's the most important thing to make DMT special.
Thank you, Mary. Okay. I think we have time for one final question. Maybe now we can get into that kind of existential, like what's the meaning of life, but we can know a lot. What's a question about the big scope of things that you've been wondering about?
Who did 9/11?
We know that one.
Are aliens real?
Yeah. How big is the universe and are aliens real? Those are 2 great questions. Let's combine those together. Are aliens real and why are they expanding the universe? We'll start with Carl.
Listen, the universe is like pretty big, and there are definitely like aliens out there, and they've come here, but they don't want us to know about it because like we kind of fucking suck, and we're not like ready to party with them, and that's fine. Like maybe one day, like we'll figure all of our shit out, and like we can like fucking drink with aliens.
Great. Mary?
Well, I definitely think that the aliens are real and out there, which is why I made sure that I made little ornaments for, I knew this question was going to get asked. I created a beautiful ornament, and it can be personalized just for them, because who doesn't love a little personalized ornament, right? That's what I thought. So basically, I do think aliens are real, and I really think that they're out there, and we should be writing them letters. Because they want to feel the love too, right? Thank you.
Mary, all right, and Connor, lastly to you.
Yeah, so if we want to know if the universe expanding, we have to take physics in order to do so. I'm only a first year student, so I really want to take physics. Dr. Starko, can I get in your class? I know it's overbooked, but I'm a really hard worker, and I want to get in your class as a first year student.
Not happening.
So she said that I'm going to overrule her and go to the deans. David, can I get in Great. I'm going to get into class, guys. I'm just going to keep bothering her until I get in, and then once I learn about that, I'm going to know about aliens in the universe, and it's going to be great.
All right, thank you so much for coming up. Our next speaker is going to get my ex post facto performers up here on stage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now, 2 of our performers are going to don some headphones so that they cannot hear the scene. They're going to get off the stage. Off the stage. Can't hear. This game is kind of like science in that when we do something, we test a hypothesis and it should be repeatable, right? So we're going to test this hypothesis of this scene where our performers cannot hear it, but they can see it. So they're going to do a short little scene, and then they're going to try to recreate that scene as accurately as possible without knowing anything that happened. So to inspire these 2, can we get a word that's something you might think about from the talk we had earlier, a word that stuck out to you?
Malaria.
Malaria. Malaria is your suggestion. Take it away.
I'm injecting myself with CRISPR to make myself have sickle cell disease so I can be resistant to malaria.
Okay, good luck with that. Wait, what did you say?
Unleash the mosquitoes!
Wait, I'm
I think I'm okay. Oh, you are definitely not.
I've been all over the place and you didn't give me the CRISPR. Look, I'm covered. I'm not feeling so well.
We should publish this work. It is groundbreaking.
I feel like I'm breaking.
But you can be figure 2.
I don't want to be any figure.
Just on your gravestone. She was figure 2 and supplemental figure 12.
Performers back on stage. Finish, guys. Come on.
You let us go away.
I did, but do we feel like we know what we're about to do? We're going to recreate that scene exactly as it just happened, right? Exactly what just happened, right?
Yeah.
Great. Let's see that
So you catch a vibe by injecting yourself here. Is that what we're doing? Like I'm not sure about this TikTok dance.
My grandson showed me.
He showed you?
Yeah, he showed me if I want to be a cool grandpa.
So wait, you're like already like TikTok famous?
No, I'm trying to get there. I talk about the Korean War too much.
Okay, I'm gonna like get out some crazy costumes. What?
Whoa. I didn't know we had snacks up there.
And like rolling out. Oh no, there's a naked ball!
They've been holding out on us on the snacks.
Yeah. Really, Cap? Are you eating snacks? Are you okay? Like,
It's the only thing that gives me joy anymore.
it's the only thing that gives you joy is eating snacks?
Yeah, none of my family ever visits for real.
None of your family ever visits?
No. Just, all I got is chocolate.
That sounds so sad.
Chick, I've been recording this whole time. Thanks for being part of my TikTok. See?
That's the same scene. That's all nice, right? Yeah. Great. Our last piece before we send you off into intermission is a game called Serious Science. You've been laughing a lot tonight. None of that anymore. We're going to keep doing some improv scenes, but at any point if you laugh, somebody's going to ding that bell and get replaced with a much more serious scientist. So, can we get a suggestion of a serious science topic?
Cancer.
Nuclear bomb.
What was the three? Evolution. Evolution is very serious science. Anybody who's feeling ready, step out.
Just got downregulated. Simple.
We're just going to knock out the gene, downregulate the CRISPR. It's a very simple process.
Yeah, we both know exactly what we're talking about.
You both. And that's why we're both going to publish the paper at the same time and no one's going to get screwed.
Yeah, exactly that. I'm so glad we're on the same page, dude.
Dr. Dude.
Dr. Dude.
Oh, we're using our fake names. Well, then I'm Spider-Man.
Oh, using our fake names, well then I'm Spider-Man. No, these are real. Remember we talked about Okay, like if you can really make me Spider-Man, that will be worth the Nobel Prize for sure.
Yeah, well, that's your thing. Dr. Dude is like Ken, okay? Dr. Dude things.
Like, that's your thing. But Dr. Dude, like, Ken. Dr. Dude things.
Yeah, that's your thing? But Dr. Dude can do things.
Well, that's your thing. Well, Dr. Do can do things.
I don't even know what you just said, but I'm pretty sure we can't put that in a test tube.
But we can put it in my new lab, the Mojo Dojo Casa House.
But we can put in my new lab that Mojo Dojo Casa House Cat does.
You got a Mojo Dojo Casa House lab? That's like $1 million dream lab.
I know, and I've got like 5 minutes left over for my yacht.
I know, and I got like $5 million left over for my yacht.
No, man, I'm not really
So you admit to the embezzlement, Dr. Dude.
No, it's the dean of undergraduate provost education.
Oh no, it's Dr. David Wright?
That's right.
That's right.
Oh, to use your name in a pun, that's so good.
We've got with more science, more improv in about 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thanks for sticking around for the second half of the show.
And in the second half, we're going to do long form, which is just longer scenes, hence long form.
But first, we have to hear from our amazing experts again.
Yeah, more science. Woo!
Please welcome them back.
What do you got there?
Hey, would you like a flyer about the vaccine dangers that you might encounter if you get it?
Vaccine dangers.
Yes. These are all the things that can happen to you if you get the vaccine for COVID.
Is this a cast of Star Trek and Star Wars?
Yes.
Why? What?
Because they started it.
Star Trek and Star Wars.
That's right. They are responsible. They are responsible.
Okay.
They did this.
Aliens?
No,
Just the
these
cast.
people. Luke Skywalker did this.
All right. And so it says they're microchipping us as part of a universal global surveillance system.
That's right. That's right.
The crew of the Enterprise.
That's right.
And they're altering our DNA.
That's right.
And some people actually have begun to grow tusks.
That is right. I see something. I can tell that you've had the vaccine. I can tell that you've had it. Yes.
My beard is a tusk.
No, it's little bones that are coming out above your lip.
And if I get the vaccine, I can shed virus and give it to my friends.
That's right. So if you've had it, I need to step back a little bit.
I've had the vaccine.
Because they inject you with the virus, then you shed it.
But it's
The
not-
people that have not had the virus get it.
It's not a live
Do
vaccine.
you
It's
get
not
it?
a live virus
Doesn't matter.
vaccine.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, I read it on Facebook. It does.
And the vaccine is causing all these variants.
That's right. When they inject you with the vaccine, they inject like the next 15 versions of the virus.
But there are
The next
more.
15.
There are more variants than vaccines.
I don't know how that happens. But I bet that Jean-Luc Picard does.
And it says the vaccine causes more death than the disease?
That's right.
But that's not true. I mean, the
That's
vaccine.
right. All of my friends that got the vaccine, they died.
Did you have any friends before COVID?
I don't see how that's relevant.
Well, the vaccine has prevented more than 3 million deaths.
I don't know where you get your information from.
The Commonwealth Foundation.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, and it says the vaccines cause you to be magnetized?
Yes. Have you heard Marjorie Taylor Greene talk about the vaccine?
What does she say?
You get magnetized.
Do you have a coin?
I turn into it. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I do. Oh, I just said, where'd it go? It's gonna stick. Okay, I'm gonna use that vaccine in the other arm. Okay, I don't know what kind of voodoo that is. I don't know, but I'm telling you, you're a magnet. I know it.
And the vaccine can lead to infertility.
That's right.
And how do you know this?
Because Instagram, and Twitter. Now it's the X, but same thing.
That's where you got your information.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
You should get your information from there. You should try it sometime.
I don't want anybody to know that I've got it.
I wouldn't either.
Okay, thank you. All right. So you see, one of the biggest problems that people face when they're trying to communicate science is the challenge of disinformation and misinformation. And in fact, there's an important difference, right? Misinformation is just when you're spouting the wrong thing, and everybody can be wrong. Okay? But disinformation is when you take the wrong information and you purposely try to spread that information. And so one of the things that we teach our students in science communication is to apply the CRAP test. So the CRAP test is spelled a little different, C-R-A-A-P.
It's just what it sounds like.
Yeah, it is just what it sounds like, right? And so the C in the CRAP test stands for currency. So when you're checking out this scientific information, you need to make sure that your information is as current as possible. If I have a paper from 2023 and Shellie has a paper from like before she was born in 1852.
That's right.
And my paper's about DNA, and her paper is about, like the ether and the bad air. What are we so the currency of your scientific paper is really important. Right? The R of CRAP test stands for relevancy. So one of the things that you want to make sure of when you're checking your sources is that they're really relevant. That you're not like clicking on some clickbait idea to get you, aliens caused COVID. Click here, right? That's not going to take you to the answer. And so currency and relevancy are the C and the R of the CRAP test.
And the first A is for authority. So we're talking about scientists, we're talking about health experts, we're talking about institutions like WHO and the CDC, when we're talking about authority, and certain news stations. I say certain news stations because certain news stations not necessarily need that authority. But if you're wondering, there is a media bias chart. You can always check, just Google media bias chart, and it comes up with a very nice diagram of who is sort of in the center and using facts. The second A in the CRAP test is accuracy, and this is the same thing. So scientists, so you're talking about the scientific literature, and then institutions that you can trust, like the CDC and WHO.
So the reliability and the trustworthiness of those forms are important. So the final letter in the CRAP test is P, the purpose. And so as people trying to get to the bottom of the scientific message, you need to ask yourself, why is this science here, right? Why are people doing this work? And who are those people? What are their biases? Because everybody has biases, right? And another important question that's worth asking for is who paid for the research, right? A lot of different people fund research, and when you find out who those funders are, you begin to see what the biases are that could potentially, not necessarily does, but could potentially influence the message. And so the next time you get a paper or read a headline in the newspaper and open up an article, you should all apply the crap test, because the last thing we want you to do is step in it. Thank you.
You're now going to see a series of improvised scenes inspired by anything and everything you saw and heard today.
That's a linear equation, isn't it?
I mean, I guess so. I want to make sure I can reach all the students. Like, please don't scare them with questions like that, okay? I want you to stay on track. Question, yes?
The rest of the kids are dumb, though.
Those kids are totally fine. Right, Maurice?
No. I'm kind of scared about stuff about linear. This is kindergarten, man.
Yeah, but Maurice, try this one. 3 minus 1. Philip, what?
I was getting ready to answer the question.
Okay, 3 minus 1. Maurice.
He knows the answer.
Philip.
It's a cube root of 8, obviously.
Wait, hold on. Roots are the things that grow in the grass. You don't have grass isn't numbers.
We want to make sure we want everyone in the room to understand. Not everyone knows about the cube root of 8. We have to slow down our jargon.
Wait, hold on. I have a jar.
And his mind is gone.
Hey, you here? Yeah, stick on. You see lots of things out here in this kitchen.
Like what? I'm new. I'm still new.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah, they're just walking by.
Okay.
Yesterday, Evan, here it comes. Evan, yesterday, he came in here, and even though he's lactose intolerant, he was having 2% milk instead of the oat milk. That's right.
Oh my gosh. That seems like he's in for trouble lately.
Oh yeah. Well, Anne Margaret is going to be smelling it tonight.
We won't be smelling it though, right? We stay right here.
He doesn't spend much time in the kitchen. Yeah, we just stay right here on the fridge. Stuck.
Well, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool being a magnet.
Yeah. I mean, I used to see things, different people all the time.
Really?
Yeah, but
Where'd you come from?
well, I came from Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of cool stuff there. I don't really know.
Soda or something?
Yeah, it gives me a thrill every time.
I've never felt a breeze like this before. Usually we just stay there.
It's so cold in the fridge. It makes you nice and
Wow.
I gotta get a new fridge soon.
You
This
know,
is so exciting.
I'm from their trip to the Bahamas.
Whoa, what's that like?
Oh, it's real hot. Yeah, real steamy. So I do miss the sun though.
Oh, there's no sun in here?
Well, there's that tiny little window way over there on the other side. They always keep the blinds closed.
That just seems so sad.
The store you were in
opening this blind every now and then.
I see. What is that thing flying up there?
Well, we saw them all the time. People used to say they were planes. I'm not really sure because they come in different colors, and then they never flew back the other way.
Maybe they're
What are those?
no, but there's a piece of paper down here that's an ad for an alien.
Hey. I'm gonna put it right here on this wall.
Yeah, Dad, thanks.
Oh, wow. I feel so important.
Oh my gosh, this kid got an A+ in science.
I just got my COVID vaccine. Perfect time to put it on the fridge. Wait. Attached to
Why are you so
What?
What are you guys talking about?
Gerald, it appears that the infection among the humans has been going swimmingly.
We've finally done it, Gerald. We've finally infected all the humans.
It wasn't that hard, they're pretty dumb. Apparently you just have to spread some misinformation about on the internet.
Well, technically, in our case, it would be disinformation.
Disinformation.
It's a critical distinction in one between the two types of mis and disinformation. Disinformation happens for
Daryl, I got it. We're doing a disinformation campaign on the humans, I get it.
Gerald,
Daryl.
it feels like sometimes you get mad at me, Gerald.
I do. You're annoying sometimes, Daryl.
I'm just trying to clarify the points that you are making.
And I'm just trying to say you don't have to be a smartass about it, Daryl.
I'm just trying to say that I want to make sure that we are on the same page about how we're communicating to the humans.
Disinformationally. But how about how we communicate, Daryl? Have some emotion for a change.
I miss not our information, but our talks. When we were younger, and when we didn't have this intense rivalry between us.
Well, I blame Mother.
She did the best she could. She was raising 2 young aliens.
She was misinformed.
She was doing the best she could. It is hard to raise 800,000 children all at once.
That's fair.
Gerald,
Daryl.
Gerald,
Daryl.
will you give me a hug, Gerald?
Yes.
In the old way. That is not the old way, Gerald.
I like the new way better.
You won't believe what I just saw on Facebook. The original cast of Lucy McGuire killed Nixon.
Oh my God. Are you talking about the amazing Hillary Duff?
Yes. And, Lorraine.
And Gordo.
And the dad, who was also on Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes, we've all seen him. Everybody knows that. But you're saying they killed, did they go back in time?
They went back, like, in the cartoon world, like how she was that little cartoon. And then they killed Nixon because that's when TVs first started coming around.
Hold on. This seems fake.
How do you think it passes the
Where
diarrhea
did-
test? It passes the diarrhea test.
Let's see.
All right, D for dumb idea, not a dumb idea.
Okay, so that's okay.
For I saw it on Facebook.
That's incredible.
A for always on Facebook.
Facebook
1 stands for rated PG.
Okay.
It was required.
Rated PG,
Yeah.
they would do something like that, okay, okay.
R number 2, really good show.
It was a classic. Okay, okay.
H, happy times.
The TV show though is happy.
No, the TV show is Happy Days.
No, I get those in
I
there.
know. And then, I think an E. Yeah, that's just a constant.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
And then there's at least one way.
Okay.
So, and that A stands for, if you can't prove me wrong, then I'm right. Passes the diarrhea test.
So you found out that I, Lizzie McGuire, killed President.
Dad, I'm having trouble with this homework.
You're doing a great job, honey. I
Well,
think.
what do you think? You're supposed to know everything.
That's what your mom always says too.
I do. I keep saying you should know everything, but no, I'm not smart enough.
Look, maybe you could help spell it out for me. It's a really complicated math, and I'm just really having trouble.
Spell the math. I mean, I see where your problem is. Using letters instead of numbers again.
Well,
Frank, it's called variables.
Dad, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but maybe Mom could help me this once.
Just because I was born before the 70s doesn't mean I don't know things.
I said I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
It's too late for that.
I do. Your feelings are stupid, and you're stupid, Frank.
It's just that this test tomorrow is worth like half my grade, and I really have to do well on it.
I know, I'm trying to. She can help you in the second half. How's that? Well, just like our marriage, we'll do it 50-50.
Okay. Well then, could you give me a machete?
Here.
Okay. Because you always said if I have trouble with these complicated math problems, I should split it into chunks.
Yeah!
Yeah. So,
That's my girl.
I've tried everything else, so let's see if this works.
Cut to her on test day.
All right, students may begin now.
Sorry, honey, forgot your machete at home.
It's open machete, it's okay. Don't tell everyone else the answers, especially not Maurice, he's the dumb one.
Sorry, I finished using the bathroom. Who's number 3?
Here, you can have this chunk.
Wow. It fits right in there.
It's open machete, and like, even if I see cheating according to the Vanderbilt Honor Code, I can't bust anyone because they have to like admit to it or something.
our chairman. I'll admit, I had nothing compared to you.
Yeah, well, I guess it looks like I surpassed the teacher, huh?
Yeah, you did.
That's right. This is cool. You can't even sit near us. Damn it, that was cool!
Just because you've left Vanderbilt University doesn't mean that your old professors still can't teach you a thing or two.
I'm really glad you said something because I've been having a lot of trouble.
Trouble how?
Well, I've been seeing someone, and I keep talking about how much I like Star Wars, but I've only ever seen Star Trek, and they're not the same. And like, I can only talk about space for so long before I accidentally slip into Star Trek later.
Have you ever considered watching Star Wars?
You can't like both, are you kidding me? You can only be a Trekkie or a Wookiee.
See, you already.
What's up, babe?
Hey.
I'm just curious, tell me a little bit about what your, I was just thinking, about, well, does it make sense that the Wookiees would live on Endor? It's a big forest planet, they're covered in hair, it's gonna be hot, don't you think that's weird?
Totally, but if anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be the Wookiees. They're, didn't you read the lore about their hair? Specifically,
No, tell me about the
Wookiees'
lore of the Wookiees' hair.
They've definitely, when they're born, they eat worms, and that gives them hair that keeps them cool.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then the Solo.
Crusoe?
Yeah, he.
Are they related to Han Solo?
Yeah. Chris Solo, befriends everybody. And then that's Star Wars, baby.
What's your favorite planet?
Oh, definitely the red one.
The red one.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dathomir fan, okay.
Yeah, because the entertaining part about Star Wars is obviously,
Dathomir?
yeah, that's it.
I know you watch Star Trek.
No!
It's so good to see you again.
Kevin, my favorite student.
Yeah.
It's too bad we're doing this in jail.
Yeah.
That's right. It is I, Dr. Dude, who finally put you away. In science. And you too, Kevin.
Dr. Dude, I knew you would figure us out.
Then why did you try to cheat for not one, but 2 Nobel Prizes?
It's just the greed. It becomes all consuming. I can't take it.
It's okay, Dr. Stein. You have to get 2. Marie Curie has 2, and you're better than Marie Curie.
Is she?
Stay out of this. Kevin is the only one who has stood by me from day one. For, 8 of the years.
I'm surprised that you've stuck by Kevin. It was reported that Kevin was the one who falsified the data on your first Nobel Prize. And if you had just turned, you might have gotten a reduced sentence.
Look, the PI is always responsible for the work that is done. Always. And
Will you guys just keep it down back there? Complaining about your Nobel Prize? Yes, it is I, Connor. The youngest person to ever go to med school. I don't know, graduated in 2 years, biomedical engineering classes.
You got it, I regret.
And yet, I'm in jail, you might ask. Why? Why? Did I fake my med school lab? No, it was perfect.
I don't think any of us asked.
Did I cheat in lab? No, that was y'all. But why is Connor in jail? Embezzlement.
That checks out. Why did you embezzle?
Everything.
I thought you could only embezzle money.
What?
So let me get this straight. You embezzled animals?
Yep.
You stole the lab animals, got it.
Yep, all of them.
All of them?
Mosquitoes, Drosophila, zebrafish, C. elegans, mice, rats, and penguins.
Okay, so you did, but you also embezzled money.
Yep.
Cool. What else did you embezzle?
Love.
Where did you embezzle the love from?
My grandma.
All right. Anything else you'd like to confess to?
Oh, Connor, this Hallmark card is just perfect for my birthday.
I would never forget your birthday, which is the same day as Thanksgiving.
Goodness, you just know how to bring a smile to my dentured face. Oh.
Grandma, I have to ask, med school applications are coming up. And
Yeah.
they're very expensive.
Yes.
So can I need your heart.
I'll give you all the love and support you need, my Kevin.
Connor.
You cut out and ate your grandmother's heart.
I was going to get into med school and nothing was going to stop me. She was going to be my first cadaver.
You're going to jail, not med school. Harold!
Yes, Gerald.
I want to talk to you.
I wish to speak with you as well, Gerald.
Humans are stupider than ever.
Yes, it's almost a shame taking over their stupid little planet.
I don't want to take over the planet anymore, Daryl.
What do you want to do instead, Gerald?
I want to hug you in the old ways.
You wish to hug in the old ways.
I will hug you in the old ways. For you are my brother.
You are one of my 800,000.
You are the only brother that matters to me, Daryl.
You have always been my favorite. Hug completed.
Give it up for your 10 guy tie. Say and please prepare ticket cards on the way out. Drive home safe. Have a great night.